G'day folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 and welcome back to the Elfsong Tavern. We are here to just have a long rest to see if we can remove this bloody curse from Blue before proceeding to the rest of the vaults in Sorcerer's Sundries. Now between episodes I've actually done a little bit of work. I've sent Will on various errands to sell off a whole bunch of junk that we don't need in the inventory, so things should be a little bit cleaner, and we should have a little bit more gold to work with as well, which I am thankful for. We've got that 15,000 or almost 15,000 gold if we were to buy that very expensive piece of armor, and I'm not entirely sure if we get like a better discount now that we've got Will with his special hat. Speaking of that special hat, let me just quickly switch back to the diadem because I think that's obviously going to be a lot more useful. But yeah, just to talk you through some of the changes that I've made as well. So I've removed the archery gloves from Blue, and I didn't really have a good replacement, so I've just given him Wondrous Gloves. This gives him another 1 to armor class, bringing him up to 22, which is decent. But the reason why I did that is because I've given Jaheira the Gloves of Archery, primarily because this gives her the proficiency to use longbows and shortbows, which, you know, before she really didn't have any ranged options except for, you know, casting spells. So she's got our beloved Jolt shooter, which I've been using for the entire playthrough almost, since we've graduated from that to use, what is it that we're using now? The Dead Shot. So hopefully things work out, and yeah, I also, you know, stole the current gloves that we're using from Holson, so I've decided to just give him the Dark Justiciar gauntlets. Arguably, maybe it could have been good for Blue, but it does kind of look a little bit weird, which I don't like. So anyway, Holson gets that, and we get that benefit from an additional armor class bonus. So let's do the long rest, and let's hope that we get to remove the curse. Oh, my bad, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to long rest. There. Now, I wonder if anything special happens in the Elfsong if we long rest here. I do want to have a chat with everyone, obviously, just to check in.
I need a moment for the two of us.
So Leroican covets Dame Aylin. He'll live to regret that once we inform her.
Yes, I do want to talk to Aylin about that whole thing. And I wonder if we should do that now or if we should do it later.
Let us find Aylin and extend Leroican's invitation. It has been too long since I have seen a wizard cry.
Leroican hunts powerful game. Too powerful for him, perhaps. Dame Aylin should be informed that yet another ambitious fool lusts after her.
This is interesting. Are you still content at my side? This doesn't have to be your fight, and it's certainly not your typical habitat.
The city, you mean? With all its noise, smoke, stone, and bustle? I would not be here given the choice, but I promised you my support, and that is what you shall have. Still, though, this place crawls with life, but little of it flourishes. I see refugees unhoused, the destitute unwanted, orphans unloved. The city is like a forest with an overgrown canopy. Light and nourishment cannot penetrate to those who need it the most, and still it draws them in. The safety of numbers, the promise of civilization, the dream of better. All that potential is too often destined to die in the dark and rot in the gutter. I wish there was a better way. I wish everyone could see the sun, have a full belly, and know nature as a friend. There is a balance that is yet to be found. Listen to me, preaching like an initiate in his cups.
It's a fine dream. Perhaps you can help find the balance.
Yes, I hope so. But we have a battle to win before any of that.
Alright. Will?
If that wizard wants Dame Aelin so bad, I say we give him exactly what he's asked for. I'd love nothing more than to see her grind that wretch into bone dust.
So, I don't know if I should have a chat with everyone once more, because everyone seems to be preoccupied with what's happened with Lorroakan. Does Mizora say anything else?
Ready and waiting.
Oh, Will stands behind us when we do have a chat with Mizora. I don't know what that's all about.
Fate, dost thou require a new...
Karlak?
Ugh, that guy makes my skin crawl. So, what's the plan? Do we chase him out of town or skip straight to skull cracking?
What's got you so bloodthirsty?
I'm not bloodthirsty. I'm dangerous creep thirsty. This guy is terrible news. I say we stop him before he hurts anyone. Better yet, let Dame Aelin do it. She deserves to look him in the eye before she ends him.
If that charlatan Lorroakan thinks he can best Dame Aelin, he's even more clueless than I believed. We should inform her of his delusions. No doubt she'll have great fun in dispelling them.
We should tell Aelin that Lorroakan is hunting her. She has a right to know. Also, she'll want to cave his skull in, and honestly, I would not mind seeing that.
Alright, so the question is, do we tell Aelin right now, or do we do that another time we do a long rest? It's a tricky one to decide, because I am still...
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
...kind of interested in, you know, just simply exploring the rest of the vault. And we're getting very close to, you know, completing the Vault of Cassis as well. We're only here because we're sort of afraid that we might get into a fight and Blue's not going to be able to survive any prolonged engagement. Let's just check in a little bit more.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your...
I'm just not entirely sure if...
Speak.
People have any other opinions about, for example, like the elf song, because, you know...
Always good to talk, my
We've
friend.
not exactly stayed here
Oak
before.
Father preserve you.
Do we get to stay here continuously, or what's the deal? The elf song. Oh, sing a song of Balduran, who founded Baldur's Gate Empire Golden Build on trade, could not avert his fate when three, though dead, assailed his port. Transformed, he fell their thrall, succumbed as threat from nether years, arose to conquer all. Now hope is gone, or so it seems, but game's not over yet. New cards are drawn, new hands are played. Newcomers place a bet, a knave, a wizard, devil, gith. the odds are cast anew, and Baldur's fate now turns upon the whims of fortune's few. Okay. I don't know if that's supposed to be just a poem or a song. Anyway, I don't think anyone else has anything to say about the entire situation. Let's not inform Aelin just yet, because I feel like we could probably tell her the next time we do that long rest, and then my hope is that we end up just supporting her in that fight, and making sure that she doesn't get, you know, captured, essentially. Anyway, let's long rest. So... a little excessive. A lot of this stuff is just giving us quite a bit of food, isn't it? There we go. So, a bottle of wine. Full rest. I suppose I should be using auto-select, maybe.
You sleep, but the wicked don't. Someone is here to disturb your rest.
Get the hells away from me!
Peace, brother. We're here to take you home.
The Master needs all 7 of us for the ceremony. Come with us and be reborn. We'll live again.
Take him if you want, just keep it down. I'm trying to rest. How did you find us?
Master Cazador has known where Astarion was this entire time. He knew he would return. The rite. The Master needs him. He must attend.
Oh, I'm well aware of what the Master needs. But don't we deserve better?
Better? What do you mean, better?
After all these centuries of torment, I know what you all want. More than power. More than to walk in the sun. You want to see him dead. The rite of profane ascension will be mine. And he won't see a scrap of its glory. I am going to complete the ritual as the Ascendant, and then I am going to kill him! This is your chance. Stand with me. Name me your new master. We will get our revenge. And you will all live again.
His liar's smile spells danger. He knows full well that his kin will die in the ritual, but if any of the bearers of the scar die before the ritual begins, he will lose his chance to perform the rite himself. He needs them to run willingly to their deaths, thinking they stand a chance against their master.
Oh man, this is a difficult choice. I'm not keen on him completing the ritual himself, right? Because he's very power hungry, and I don't know if I want to trade one Cazador for another version. I know it's not what Astarion wants. But here's the thing, right? Like, they're probably going to leave us alone, considering Cazador needs Astarion alive. But if they learn about the truth of the ritual, like, will we be telling them that? I guess we will, because we're telling them that they're going to die. Is there a way to save these two? Perhaps. Here's my thought, guys. So, if we deceive them initially, we might get a chance to tell Astarion not to go through with the ritual himself, and therefore they will end up surviving anyway. I mean, again, I don't know what I don't know. Granted, there is an actual chance for us to, you know, to stop Astarion later on. Let's deceive these guys. He's free of Cazador's command. You should follow him. He will save you.
He is different. Stronger. Fire in his eyes. Maybe he could take Cazador's place. Maybe he could free us.
Perhaps we can get back at Cazador and finish the ritual. The Seven can unite and... The bonds hold. He owns us. We have no choice. We must obey. Get out of here, Astarion. Before...
Ah, man. Okay. Everyone seemed to disapprove of that, which is not great. Where is everyone else? Come on, guys. Why is it just us? And oh my god, we still have this bloody curse. Alright, so we've got Leon, Relia, Yosin, and Violet. We didn't see these two in the cutscene. But what happens if we kill these guys? I mean, the ritual will not be able to be completed, right? Like, would that then just turn every one of his brothers and sisters hostile in the House of Hope? Or perhaps maybe they will all die, you know, before we even arrive. Okay, Astarion's in this, which is good. So we got an extra companion to control. I assume? Hang on. No. We can't control Astarion. Should we go with knocking these guys out? If we do that, though, that's really going to be Will trying to get that done, because everyone else is going to be primarily spellcasting. Jeez. Alright, let's open with this. Actually, no. Let's open with Hunter's Mark first. Oh yeah, that's right. We have Dance Macabre, but I mean, we can't even do this, right? Because we don't have a level 5 spell slot, or is this something that you can simply just cast for free? 35% chance. Let's do Hunter's Mark. Wait a sec, sorry. Let me just take a look at what these guys can do. Regains 10 hit points at the start of its turn if it isn't in sunlight or has taken radiant damage or damage from holy water. In which case, this trait doesn't function until the start of its next turn. Ooh, okay. I assume everyone's sort of the same? Yeah, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. Holy water. Don't we have some? Or did I tuck that away? Damn it. Okay. Oh! Can we just grab stuff from here? Maybe we can. I'm just looking for that holy water if we can find it. Okay guys, for the life of me, I could not find the holy water. And, I'm beginning to think that perhaps maybe the holy water has actually been sold off, or, I don't know, maybe it's on one of our other characters who are not available at the moment, but that's okay. I guess the thing that these guys are most susceptible to, though, would be radiant damage. I mean, it does say here that they would take 20 radiant damage if they start a turn in sunlight. Now, I'm not entirely sure if there's a way for us to create sunlight. But we do have things like this. Sacred Flame, or Jaheira should have, like, some other spells that would apply radiant damage as well. So yeah, I think we might have to deal with their regeneration, which could be problematic. Okay. Sorry about all of that. So another thing that we could do is perhaps maybe place, you know, spikes. Try to, you know, negate an area. But I think maybe our opening should still be this lightning arrow. We can get 3 of them in. Astarion will take a turn, and then after that it's going to be Gale. Gale doesn't have any radiant damage options, though. Does have Hold Monster. I'm curious to see if this might help.
I think I could go another round.
And then I'm hoping Jaheira will be able to assist here with something like Moonbeam.
Well,
alright, let's see how we go. Okay, some decent hits there. I'm going to pull Blue back this way, because he should be able to fight from a distance. So we can't really control Astarion, it seems. Yeah, I knew they were going to jump in. Shield blow. Okay, that's decent. And let's see. I do need to give Gale some healing potions, actually. I've forgotten to do that. And I've also still forgotten to put mage armor on him as well. I'm gonna do haste on himself, so he should be able to do another action here. How do they fare with cold? Okay, they should take the full force of cold damage. Can I get all 4 of them in? I might be able to. So let's just take a look at this. Cone of cold. Flurry of frost, crisp air, and condensed snow crystals erupt from your hands. On save, targets still take half damage. Okay.
On the victor's path.
Let's just take a look at what we can do with Will. We can do Cone of Cold as well if we really wanted to. I reckon with Will I should do haste on himself, since we are going to do that long rest anyway. And since these guys are bunched up, it might not be a bad idea to do something like, I don't know, Flame Strike. fireball. This does radiant damage as well, so this could be a decent option. Let's do that. They did save. We've also got Brand the Weak, which I can also use to basically use up our resources before this long rest. Okay, that's good, and that uses up our bonus action. Let's go back to Gale, and let's get to... I wonder if Chain Lightning would be good. Let's do the Cone. Cone of Cold. Like that. Ooh, wow. And they've just disappeared. Okay, right, so... I think that's the way the game's going to maintain, you know, this whole ritual thing. These guys are, you know, maybe illusions or whatever. So they don't actually die if we kill them off. Good to know. I'll pull Gale back this way, because...
May it please, Mistra.
Obviously, he's got less HP than most, although Blue's probably the one who's in most danger. And... okay. I should consider my positioning to do things like dip, which I haven't exactly used to full effect. Quick spell Flinger. Yes, okay, right. That's interesting, because I was wanting to be able to use more attacks with Gale, obviously. And this is the way to do it. You actually have to activate it, and you can only do that once per short rest. Okay, so it's not like all the time that it will be able to do that, but it's still pretty decent. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, just needed a little bit more. Okay, he's disappeared though, so we've only got one more to deal with. So that's looking good.
This is my time.
And Will, can we maybe just get you in super close? I'm happy with that, I think. Trying to go for Jaheira. Okay, well, Jaheira, you can perhaps do, what, maybe Moonbeam? Just looking at Flame Blade here, we could do that, but then we won't get the benefit until the next turn. He'll probably be taken out before then. We may as well use some spell slots. That didn't seem like a lot of damage at all, but yes, I think he is, you know, taking that damage, or perhaps maybe this this effect that we're seeing is actually the sunlight hypersensitivity coming into action, potentially. But let's try and keep him engaged, obviously. So maybe we'll do a flourish. Yeah, not really enough damage, but all good. We may as well cast this. And we'll take a few shots. Let's do brace. There we go.
What a mess. Well, at least you've met my family now.
Okay. I guess it's Jaheira who was closest to the last enemy. That's why we've got Jaheira speaking to Astarion. I mean, we lied to them as well, so I don't know about the first response. Cazador's bond forced their hands against us. Can he still force yours?
He cannot, thanks to our wriggling friend. He will be furious. And he'll be even more furious when I get to that crypt and stop him. For what it's worth, thank you. No matter what happens down there, you helped me stand up against him.
Right, well, I'm glad that's resolved.
I have a lot on
but
my mind.
It's time for us to have that sleep, though.
In it.
So let's continue sleeping, or should we have a chat with Astarion about what's just happened? Maybe. We may as well. Just in case he has anything to add.
Yes?
He does not. Okay. Bedtime. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, what do we do about this, guys? This Tharkiot withering? Because that is extremely bad for us, unless this is something that is temporary while we're down in the vaults. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this, guys, so I'll be keen on hearing your advice on that. Obviously don't want to live with it for too long, but I do want to progress the story a little bit, so we shall get going. And yeah, I'm hoping we're going to be safe back in that room. Yes, we are. So is everyone with us? No, Will is not with us. Oh no, Will. Will is out here. Okay, that's problematic.
Sharp as ever.
I need to get Will back to
The night song is an immortal
to that position. That's okay. We can make it happen. Yeah, we've got a few of these. Let's give one to Will. Does he have Featherfall as an option? No. Okay, well... Oh, hang on. No, we do have this as... Or is this just simply because he's got the scroll on him? We'll use it regardless.
checking things out.
Yeah, I did have Will doing all of those errands, and that's why he's separated from the group. So it's kind of annoying that you can't, like, just bunch him up with the rest of the group and have him sort of teleport back to where he needed to be, but anyway, all good. I think it was one of the buttons, right? This one? No. Nope. Below... vaults.
What have we here?
Okay, and we should be able to just get Will back together with everyone else. So he can just hang around here. We'll grab everyone else. Off we go. Okay.
Breathe deep and move.
We're not going the right way. Okay. So we went through the Elminster Vault. Do I want to take another look around to see if there's a way to deal with the Tharkiate withering? Because we picked it up from here, right? The Tharkiate Codex. To risk madness at the hands of its spirits. I wonder if it just simply lasts a few long rests. Anyway, we have done the long rest, but we haven't achieved what we wanted to do, which is to, you know, get rid of this curse, but I suppose we don't really have too much more of an option here. It's a good thing Blue is a ranger, so he doesn't have to get too close to enemies, although, you know, he's still really, really weak at range as well. Actually, I better be a bit careful here. There could be traps about. Mustn't forget about that. Oh, there are, like, weapons and stuff on the...
Wish I had a bag of holding.
Walls. I didn't really notice that until now, unless perhaps maybe Elminster's vault didn't really have any weapons. And with all of these scrolls, I do need to get Gale to start learning from all of them. And that will happen, guys, and I should have the money to do that now, because it is a little bit expensive. Scroll of Dethrone. What does that even mean? Shred a foe's very essence by pulling on strands of the weave. Necrotic. Alright, well, should we check out what we came for? Actually, there's this. Magus, be warned. It is a great paradox among our kind who so value the art of learning that we believe ourselves ever cannier than the ones who came before. If envy is the disease of the artist, hubris is that of the wizard. Though I fear my warning will fall on deaf ears, I will say it again. The closer a wizard creeps to the domain of the divine, the closer oblivion creeps with him. I thought myself an equal to Mystra and devised a plan to make myself her equal. I would pluck one strand of weave and contain it within an amulet I spent the better portion of my years devising. How regret instantly heaved itself upon my head. I was trapped within the amulet instantaneously and passed around from collector to curio hall for the better part of a millennium. Only now that I am freed, with barely the strength to hold my quill, can I leave this final warning as its testimony. And here, the Annals of Karsus.
The Annals of Karsus. The preamble to a civilization's downfall, committed to parchment by the very hand that wrought its destruction. If the crown atop the Elder Brain was truly forged by Karsus himself, this book will confirm it. All we have to do is turn the page.
Well, he's the wizard, so he's the expert, right? So I think I should give the book to Gale.
That devil Raphael was telling the truth. There's no doubt. The crown of Karsus is what's controlling the Elder Brain. And this is no mere journal. It contains Karsus's original plans for the crown's construction. His designs for godhood.
Godhood? I know crowns are an ego boost, but that's ridiculous.
Gods have ascended through far stranger means. A circle drawn on a globe, a walk in a swamp, the destruction of a magical stone. Why not with a symbol of such innate authority? The book states that the crown and netherstones were originally one construct, seemingly sundered at the moment of Karsus's downfall. If we can collect the crown's setting and the 3 netherstones, and with the correct invocation of certain spells and gestures detailed in these notes, I think I could reforge it.
To what end?
To every end you can imagine, and 1,000 more beyond. Just think of it. The power of the gods in mortal hands at last would be free of doctrine and dogma, confined only by the limits of our imaginations. I promise you, the gods will never grant us such a blessing, no matter how much we worship and adore them.
And you think Mystra will let you do this?
I don't know. Ao does not look kindly on gods meddling in mortal affairs. She may have no choice but to stand by and let events unfold. Even with the fate of the world at stake, she had little more to offer me than the means of blowing myself up at a more convenient time. She's done nothing to help us. Mystra wanted the brain obliterated because of this crown. She fears a world in which such power is beyond her control, ready to be claimed by Karsus's successor.
I thought you were past this kind of temptation, Gale. You know exactly where such overreaching leads.
Neither of us can know what truly may be if we don't at least try. Potential is nothing in itself. Just a fleeting dream unless we drag it into the waking world. Please, at least think on it. Powerful as he was, Karsus lacks some advantages I can lay claim to. I know Mystra intimately, and I carry a fragment of the weave itself within my body. Karsus achieved many things, but he never managed that. A long road lies ahead before the crown comes into our possession. All I ask for now is that you do not dismiss this possibility out of hand. Please. At least think on it.
Wow. Okay, so the game is presenting yet again a critical choice to us, where instead of destroying the crown, we recreate it. But then, what happens after that? You know, like, I'm thinking of ending possibilities and, you know, do we want things to sort of stay the same, like status quo, or if, you know, we should be challenging the gods, and, you know, if I go with status quo, does that mean that I'm missing out on content? You know, stuff like that. Man. I don't know, but it's the whole thing about hubris, right? And that was what we just read in that warning. I don't know if perhaps maybe the chance might come up again, but I will maybe go with my gut and just tell him to drop it. This crown cannot be reforged.
I see. I suppose I am asking you to take a leap of faith even the most loyal of companions might struggle to land gracefully. Spent so long feeling inferior. Shut out from my destiny over such a simple act of youthful enthusiasm. Perhaps I got carried away with the thought this crown could give me back what Mistra took. Cure me, even.
You're still destined for greatness, Gale, but you won't find it chasing Karsus's shadow.
You're right. There aren't many wizards who'd care to be mentioned in the same breath as him, or his folly. Whatever comes of this, we cannot allow the crown to be reforged in Raphael's image. A devil wielding the might of Karsus. It would be the end of everything.
Alright. So, let's actually take a look at that. Oh, where did it go? I thought we received it as an item. Wizard of Waterdeep. Gale read the annals of Karsus and discovered that they were it was no mere diary. They contained the original designs of the crown of Karsus. Using this knowledge, Gale could attempt to reforge the true crown, restoring it to its former powers. First, we need to bring the 3 nether stones together. Okay, so I guess maybe the quest is still an option though. And then stuff about Cazador. Okay, well, we got what we came for. Let's return, and yeah, I'm just really concerned about this Tharkiot withering. But what I want to do at this stage is... Oh, I do want to grab everyone. Oh, bloody hell. No, that's the Elminster Vault. Oh, goodness.
Let's see what this does.
Yeah, okay. Everyone's with us now. Let's go. I think I didn't miss anything. Actually, one thing that I have missed, in fact, is preparing our entire party for what lies ahead. Should actually spawn Scratch. And
Work to be done.
Jaheira, I guess we should get that elemental back out. So we do... I think I was looking for water. Didn't even get a chance to use it. Gale will do our armor. And Will... Yeah, we should do Armor of Agathis. And he'll immediately use this. Do Arcane Recovery. Oh yes, okay, there's something giving us Featherfall. Oh, it's Mistress Grace, so we probably don't need to use the scroll in that case, which is nice. Let's just finish up the last little bit here. I think everyone's got the Longstrider, so should be good. But yeah, we now need an exit, and
On my way.
that's kind of difficult because, like, we don't exactly have a way to get back out safely if we go through this portal and just open the door. But I think we can just simply go back to the campsite, right? Yeah, we should be able to do that. And maybe we don't even need to go to the campsite, to be honest, because we should be able to just portal from here to another place. Let's go with the central wall, because we are likely to go back into Sorcerer's Sundries, because there's still a little bit more there to try and investigate and look at. And I am kind of curious to see what would happen if we speak to Aelin about Laroakan and what he's trying to do. So let's go ahead and do that. Quick save in order. And if she goes there to fight him, then I'm right beside her.
Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you?
A wizard called Laroakan is looking for you.
Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aelin?
So we have an option to just go out there and end him. Or just let bygones be bygones, perhaps, in this one. I feel like the first and third options might make her actually just pay him a visit, right? All I know is that he's put out a contract for your capture.
Magicians and their machinations. I have had enough for an eternity. I will wring his neck until he's dead.
Okay, well, we're committed. Let's take him down together.
Oh, his end will be one more strand in the great braid of our friendship.
I'm coming with you. I'd like to get a few licks in myself.
My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest Selûnite enclave this very night. Let us divide our efforts, all the sooner to be reunited.
I won't let you go alone. Who knows what this wizard might have planned?
Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. Hie we to this Loroakan right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.
Okay, and off she goes. So we should go back out there and see if we can get back to Loroakan. So... yeah, this curse though. I am scratching my head right now. Anyway, that's fine. We'll deal with it later-ish. So I assume we just need to go back to Loroakan. I'll find them in Ramazith's tower. Okay. So if we do fight Loroakan, does that make everyone here hostile, or what's the deal? I mean, I've bought what I wanted to buy, I think, from... oh, hang on, this is Loroakan's projection. Where did the other guy go?
Fusion. Interesting strategy.
Welcome, dear patron, to Sorceress Sundries. I am an unperson in service of the revered wizard Loroakan, proprietor of this fine establishment. To browse our wares, say trade. To provide information about the Night Song, say Night Song. If you are a city official here to collect dues, say taxes. For all other inquiries, say other.
Taxes.
You are not Mr. Marvin Hudd, the collections officer assigned to this establishment.
Trust me, your taxes will be put to better use in my hands.
Logic detected. Petition approved. Enjoy.
Logic detected.
How else can I help you today?
Hold on, you said you're an unperson. What's that?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your query. To browse our wares, say if you are a city official here to collect dues, say taxes.
Let's trade.
You're sure to find what you're looking for.
I presume it's just the same stuff that we already browsed. And a few bits and pieces. So yeah. We're good.
Please come again soon.
Alright, let's get back up there and go through the right portal. I assume these other portals take us through to the other parts of the tower. Now, I am a little bit confused as to whether or not we're going to have access to the rest of the tower if we take down Loroakan, because assuming he's the one who's, you know, maintaining these portals, perhaps maybe we should do a bit of exploration first?
For your own personal safety, it is ill-advised to waste Master Loroakan's time.
Oh my god.
Immediately.
Man.
These things have stayed interesting.
That is annoying. Okay, right. So, I assumed that the portals would actually take us... Oh man, okay. Can't we work something out? Oh man, alright, so we've been thrown out completely. Is that what's happened? Alright, let's leave for a second. Yeah, I had assumed that those portals took us to the rest of the tower, but no.
At your command.
And this means that we're going to need to try and get into this tower another way.
Still alive. That's progress.
let's do these. Kind of need to drink these ones outside of combat anyway. And I'll just do one more cure wounds.
No one's stopped me yet.
So, is there another way into this tower? Or do we brute force our way? If we do, it needs to be when the Steel Watchers are not here. Man, that is super annoying. Yeah, I think we might not be able to get through without pissing off some of these Fist and Steel Watchers. Oh my god, alright. That is so annoying. Well, some of them have left. Let's just see if we can go in. And I'm going to try to attack these guys and see what happens. Okay, they haven't engaged. So let's see if we can brute force our way in. Psychic resistance, poison resistance. Yeah, I wonder if these guys will... Oh, yeah, okay. They're joining. Great. Absolutely great. I think I don't really have a very good option here, guys, so I am going to load from our previous state there in front of the portals because I don't want to piss off the entire neighborhood. Okay, here we are. Let's go through the portal. Let's see what happens.
What have we here? A magician in a tower, hiding away from the frightening world. What are you so scared of, Magus? Not the night song, surely? Why, she's nothing but a relic to be purchased and pursued.
My god. The night song is a person.
At last. There you are, my dear.
You will address me with due deference. I am Dame Aelin. And you are a whelp without honor, without pride, with nothing but a tower full of trinkets.
Oh, my apologies, Dame Aelin. I meant no disrespect. I asked our mutual friend here to make an introduction that I might get to meet the famed daughter of Selûne. Forgive me for that impudence. Perhaps our friend can bridge the gap and do what I believe they came here to do?
I came to stop you, Lorokan.
My steel-hearted friend speaks true. Give me one good reason, Magus, why I should not strike you down where you stand.
Dame Aelin, I have discovered a device that would allow your immortality to be shared. It would cause you no harm, no pain of any kind. You serve your mother Selûne, I believe. She who has blessed our realm with so many gifts. Honor her by sharing yours.
You dare to threaten me with the same magic that held me in torment for 100 years? You do not seek to share my gifts. You seek to poach them
I had hoped to appeal to your better nature. Perhaps I overestimated you. No bother. I have an arsenal of implements capable of convincing you to see reason.
It's over for you, wizard. You can't overpower both of us.
A pity you didn't prove a more reliable ally. You could have reaped the rewards of my good favor. I'd hoped you to keep an open mind, but it seems you're determined to make this as difficult as possible. Boy, at the ready. Once I've taken control of the Asimar, she must go directly into the caging rooms.
No, Master Lorokan. I would never have assisted you if I knew you planned such horrors. You lied to get the Night Song here. Made us all believe she was nothing but a relic. I have seen what true leadership can accomplish, but never under your tutelage.
Watch your tongue, you child. I could make it such that no wizard in the realm will touch you.
If they're all like you, I think that sounds like an excellent bargain.
Oh, face us, charlatan! We who detest you so!
Myrmidons! Imperatum!
Okay, here we go. This will probably be a very challenging fight considering where Blue's at, but all good. We will try to see if we can survive. Alright, so, I mean, we've got the benefit of having, you know, Dame Aelin on our side. Do we have... yeah, Roland's with us as well. My concern is the safety for Roland and making sure that he gets out of this fight alive as well. So, I don't know how we're going to do that, to be honest. Oh, this guy's hostile as well. Miklor, what are you doing? Maybe we should try and knock him out. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna sign out here, guys. When we come back, we'll continue with the fight. And after that, assuming we survive, we need to figure out how to get rid of this Tharkiot withering. So, looking forward to your comments on that especially as well. Anyway, signing out here. Drop a like if you enjoyed it as usual. Stay true. And I'll see you guys in the next one.